Hey guys, I'm just going to jump on here and share a word with you today. The Lord has been speaking to me for a few days, the name Uriah, okay? And the name Uriah refers to the husband of Bathsheba, okay? He was a faithful warrior, okay? He was a leader and commander in David's army, okay? He, obviously, the husband of Bathsheba, so this is who David sinned against, okay? And when David sinned against Uriah, his wife became pregnant, okay? And then after she became pregnant, David schemed to try and cover it up, okay? He was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? I gotta do something, so let me send a tray of food and like a meal and tell him to like go home when all of the soldiers come, and he'll lay with his wife and she'll get pregnant and everybody will think that it's their baby, and it'll all be good. Except that when they got home, Uriah was a super faithful like defender, right? So he was like, man, we're going back out to war, out to battle. Nobody else is going home. All the soldiers are staying in like basically the king's court or like the barracks, right? And nobody else is going home. I'm not gonna like leave my countrymen, blah blah blah, or the ark or whatever. So he was faithful to God. He was faithful to his countrymen, and so he didn't go home, and she was still pregnant, right? And so when he went back out to battle, basically the word we use is by proxy. David set up a kill order to have him killed by proxy. So he sent Uriah. David sent Uriah out into battle in an area where they knew that there was valiant men, very, very strong men, who could slay him, okay? And when he did this, basically it all worked out the way he wanted it to. He took Bathsheba as his wife, whatever. Shortly after that, Nathan the prophet visits him, okay? And Nathan the prophet says to him, he's like, you know what? There's a rich man and there's a poor man, okay? The rich man has like tons of stuff, all these fields, all this stuff, and then there's a poor man. And that poor man has like nothing except this one lamb, okay? And he loves this lamb like a daughter. He feeds it his food, it sits at his table, it plays with his children. It is like part of the family, okay? This lamb. But the rich man, when a visitor comes to town, the rich man says, let me just take this poor man's lamb because I don't want to give away any of my stuff, and I'm just gonna take his prized possession and I will slaughter it and feed the man with this. And Nathan says to the king, he says, well, what do you think should be done? And he was like, well, kill the rich man. Obviously, that's horrible. Why would he do that to the poor man who has like nothing except this lamb? And he's like, exactly. That is what you have done to Uriah, okay? By doing what you have done, okay? That's essentially, you have done this same sin. He really had nothing except for his wife. And so the point being is that everybody has their blessings and things in life, and there's some people who it's just not good enough for. Another lesson from this is that, spiritually speaking, if we look at this story from a spiritual angle nowadays, the reason why the Lord says when you lust after someone, okay, in your flesh and in your heart, it's like committing adultery with them already. It is to say that there is an energetic, a spiritual transference that happens, and you will become spiritually pregnant, okay? Like when women will become spiritually pregnant, and men can be too. There's an energy transference that happens, okay, when somebody lusts after you, okay, in their heart and whatever. And so this is to say, this is another reason why you shouldn't do that, and you should try very hard to keep your eyes focused on your person, because there will be a spiritual transference that happens, and certain blessings that were meant to go to, your person will end up going to someone else because of that, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's an interesting thing spiritually, but I've seen it happen lots, unfortunately, and this is why it's important to kind of guard that if you know what I mean, like guard yourself, guard your physical appearance and stuff like that, and your wife and your husband and all of that. But ultimately, the Lord helps in those scenarios and situations. So if you're struggling with that, just know that the Lord is going to lead you through and give you further instruction on how to deal with it. Okay? So I hope this word blessed you guys today. Take care, y'all.